The sound and the fury awaits us. But the good news is that I can still continue doing these reviews. I am MegamanNG and I welcome you one and all to my Beast Morphers episode review. I'm trying my best to get these in on time, but thankfully I hope I will, because I'd rather not want to wait months just to see the episodes in the US. It ain't worth the trouble. Rather do them now than do them sooner or later. Today we're going to be talking about, like I said, episode 14, Sound and Fury. Here's the deal. I'll provide a summary, as well as some of the main points. And there's plenty to go around, along with a few first. Let's begin. Nate and Zoey are spending some time together watching a movie at a theater, not realizing that they are being watched. Meanwhile, Blaze appears with a new and improved Tubatron, but this time, it got a dangerous upgrade. Tubatron 2.0 gives the Rangers a heck of a fight, to the point that the Rangers really get whooped bad. Is there anything the Rangers can do against this powered-up Robotron? Can the Rangers find a way to take it down? Yeah, this is not much of a summary, but this is what I get for having to watch it, not to mention I had to install an ad blocker, just so I don't have to deal with some stupid pop-up ads. But anyway, yeah, this is another new episode that came out in Australia, and I'm making sure they're up on time. If they're already out and I can hear and listen, watch them, you know I will be reviewing them. The same can be said for Rise of the TMNT. Anyway, this episode cements that Blaze decides to use a powerful crystal so that he can, or rather, yeah, it is Blaze, so that way he can power up an updated Robotron. Yes, Tubatron's back. Remember the last episode where it got whooped not only by a kid with a tuba, but also the Rangers? Well, this time it ain't playing around. They decide to give him an upgrade, Tubatron 2.0, and he pretty much uses some sort of Evox Crystal to enhance the attacks. What follows is that the Rangers get their butts kicked hard. I'm not kidding, the Rangers get themselves blasted, and in one scene, during the fight, the Red Ranger, Devin, gets blasted to the point where his helmet gets cracked, or rather his helmet shatters. Now, I find this rather important because this is the third time in series history that we've had a Ranger's helmet crack, and of the Red Ranger. The first time was back in Lost Galaxy, and the second time was in Time Force. And I love Time Force, just letting you know that. It's funny, isn't it? And now the third time, it's in Beast Morphers. Though I feel it's just created for effect to see that, yeah, Evox ain't playing around. They decide to take it up a notch by just powering up one of their own monsters and dealing out the pain. It could have ended a lot worse, yet it did to the point where they demorph. That's scary. Funny that Evox decides to take things up a notch, but it's not really Evox doing it. It's Blaze that's doing it, and boy, that's going to end up backfiring. It won't end well, especially when Nate and Steel were able to recover an Evox Crystal, so they would be able to use it to fight back. In addition, there's also a subplot involving Zoey and Nate. Basically, an employee named Megan blackmails Zoey into becoming Nate's assistant. And what follows is some, well-deserved comeuppance. Everything goes wrong for Megan. She ends up getting in trouble to the point where she gets kicked out. Yeah, comeuppance. You don't do that. You don't do blackmail if it means to have feelings for Nate. Which, yeah, I do feel bad for Zoey for a time, since it did mess things up. It did help the episode get along, but it also leads to something that, yeah, a lot of it will be considered shipping. Yes, this episode confirms that Nate and Zoey like each other. Anyone who's a Nate and Zoey shipper can celebrate and rejoice. I'm not kidding. They will celebrate and rejoice big time. The Ben and Benny antics are still hilariously funny, especially with the scene where they use the Cheetah Claws to K up Salad, and when they're dressing, yeah, at least they tried. Also the scene where one of the claws go overdrive and their hair gets messed up. I still found it to be pretty funny. Speaking of which, we also get the debut of the Red Fury mode. Basically, it's a mini Battleizer, but it's more of a power-up form. Though the powered-up Red Buster doesn't come until much later. This is pretty much something that is made because if they're gonna beat Evox's forces, they may as well fight fire with fire. And this is the result. The Red Fury mode pretty much gives the Red Ranger some added armor, as well as the Cheetah Claws. He's ready to deliver the pain and then some, being able to absorb Tubatron's attacks, sending him back and delivering the pain. It's just awesome, and some of the action scenes, it feels like it ripped straight out of Toei's Super Sentai. I really do like it. And I mentioned already that the Red Ranger's visor got shattered, meaning that this is the third time a Ranger's visor is shattered. How funny it is that it only happens on a Red Ranger of all things. I ain't complaining for sure, but honestly, the episode was pretty awesome. At least they kept things a bit balanced between the Sentai footage and the original stuff. But what I'm really liking is that they're having more original stuff, especially in the Morph fights. It's been happening throughout the series so far, and having more unmorph fights had a bit of variety. It really does help big time. This episode is enjoyable, and the subplot does lead to something very hopeful and good in the end. It's fine. The Rangers get to kick butt as always, not to mention Nate being the genius, the one responsible for giving us the Red Fury mode and the Cheetah Claws. I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be a figure, and boy, people would be buying that. Oh, and Nate and Zoey has been confirmed. Well, they do like each other, so there's a plus. The highlights for me personally are the Red Fury and Cheetah Claws, and the Nate and Zoey shipping, since, well, Megan gets her comeuppance. I ain't complaining because the episode was pretty solid. I really did like it, and this episode gets an 8 out of 10. Very solid, very good episode. There are some funny bits. They were able to balance things up and give us a solid episode. It's pretty good, and I like it. Plus, I hope we get to see more of the Red Fury mode throughout the series, since this season is going to be having 22 episodes, meaning 20 episodes, plus the Halloween and Christmas special, which I have no idea why, probably due to a Nickelodeon mandate. But honestly, I wish this series could be 40 episodes again. I hated having to be split into two just because of Nickelodeon's idiotic guidelines. It's been like that since Samurai, and hopefully by 2021 Hasbro can do the right thing and end the agreement with Nickelodeon, and maybe move the series to Netflix or something. That would work. We're living now in an age where not many people are not going to have cable TV. Though this worries me that with all these streaming services that are going on at the time, it's going to be like cable TV all over again. Just a lot worse because many of these streaming services are expensive to have. Yeah, a minor complaint at that at best. It's just me going off kilter. But like I said, I hope that for this series, things continue to get better. Because I got back into this series due to Beast Morphers, and I sure as heck don't want to be out of it again because of it. So what do you guys think of the episode? Let me know what you think in the comments. That's going to be it for this review. You guys will probably be getting another one next week, hopefully when I find out. And if you enjoy the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. It all helps out to my benefit, for sure. So yeah, I'll see you next week. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Let's morphin'.